Good morning. We are so excited to have you here. My name is Meredith Eiler. I'm the Chairman Emeritus of Helping a Hero. And this is awesome to have so many people here in Independence, Kentucky today. This has been a really fun weekend for Helping a Hero. This weekend we actually have been here since Friday. And we had a marriage retreat that Dr. Gary Rosberg led with some of our families, and it was just really wonderful. The hospitality here in Cincinnati has just been incredible, and we are so excited that your mayor has been such a great leader and partner with us to make today happen. So we really appreciate all of you being here, and thank you, Mr. Mayor. We are really grateful. As we kick things off today, I would like to introduce someone from the neighboring state of Ohio. Corporal Matt Deathridge just broke ground on his home in a similar ceremony on July 7th. And it's going to be really wonderful to have both of these young men in homes and able to do the day-to-day things that they need to do in their life independently. But today he's going to kick things off and lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance.
All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Matt. And thanks so much to the fire department for bringing us this awesome flag. One of our other wounded warriors had the opportunity to move into his home almost a year ago on September the 11th, actually a little over a year ago now, September the 11th of 2014. He's here from Texas, and he's pursuing a music career. So you can go home and Google J.P. Lane and buy his CD. You'll be blessed. But today he's going to lead us in our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much, Justin. Well, as I mentioned, your mayor, Chris Reimersman, I'm going to get this last name fluid here, but your mayor has just been unbelievable. Chris and I had the opportunity to meet last week by phone, and he has just been a godsend. And as I bring him up, I want to let you know that we are giving you a CD from Lee Greenwood for all of your hard work, and we just really appreciate all of your leadership here in Independence. We are so grateful how much you honor our military as well as our policemen, everyone in firemen. It was just so evident of your passion, and I just am so grateful that you're going to have Paul as your newest citizen, and I encourage you to task him with something from a leadership standpoint. He's a great leader. He'll contribute to this community, and y'all are blessed to have him. Please welcome your mayor.
All right, thank you all very much. Thank you very much for coming out today. This is incredible. Before I get started, I just want to say some quick thank yous, otherwise I'll forget. Certainly to our city staff, this was an amazing effort, and Meredith got it started and got the ball rolling and really inspires you to get moving. So we kicked things into gear locally. And thanks to our city staff, especially our police chief, Tony Lucas, our city clerk, Pat Cheney. I think I'm getting played off already. The Independence Fire District, of course, especially Chief Messenschlager, Assistant Chief Armstrong, firefighter Brandon Gray, and Mr. Kirk Schmidt, who was trying to play me off, but who generously donated the music. A couple of my fellow city council members, Councilman Jim Bashong is here, Councilman Lucas Dietner here. Thank you for being here. Kroger's here in Independence, helped us out. Mr. David Kane is hiding back there somewhere, but was a huge help yesterday. I'll tell you, in this community, we tend to wear our patriotism on our sleeve. It might be the name Independence. I think it's a lot more than that. We fly our flags proudly year-round. We turn out in droves for Memorial Day parades. We have an incredible two-day 4th of July celebration that culminates in some of the biggest fireworks in the Commonwealth. We live in subdivisions like Liberty Orchard and Freedom Park. We shop at the Kroger on Declaration Drive. It's right off of Centennial and Delaware Crossing, if you don't know for sure. I don't believe that this patriotism is affected or contrived in this city. I believe it is truly sincere. And as sincere as we are, most of us will never reach the level of patriotism of some of the people that are here today. Meredith Eiler, certainly, and this incredible organization, Helping a Hero, they dedicated so much time and so much energy and their resources to helping our heroes that have given so much to us. I don't, as hard as we try, I don't know that most of us can ever reach that level. Certainly Mr. Lee Greenwood. This man inspired a nation, one of its darkest times. He's an amazingly talented musician and singer, and he continues to use that talent to continue to inspire us and to continue to help these heroes who have given us so much and dedicate so much to that. Of course, our veterans, many of my friends from the Moon Brothers American Legion post are here tonight, are here this morning, out here supporting us. I have told them many times that I am in awe of them, and I consider it such a privilege to work with and call them friends, and I have been fortunate to work with these guys. And then there are the heroes who transcend patriotism as we know it. They take it to a level that most of us will never begin to grasp. These are our wounded warriors. Wounded so severely that their lives, their everyday functions were forever altered drastically. They willingly put themselves at risk, and that risk became a terrible reality. Sorry, I got a little lost there.
You said the right thing.
I am in such awe of these people. They knew what they were getting into, as every one of our brave service members knows, as every one of our brave police officers or brave firefighters knows that they're getting into when they do this, and what they knew was a possibility happened, and they move on. And the amazing thing is they went through this hell of war. They went through the hell of a recovery. They live with the lasting effects of their injuries. They adapt to what JP told me yesterday they call the new normal, adapt to that, and then, in so many cases, as with these gentlemen here, they continue to go out and serve. They continue to go out and inspire all of us. These are the Sergeant Paul Braunhavers. I had the opportunity to meet Paul last night, and just talking to him for a few minutes, you realize who he is, what he's about. I had more of an opportunity to talk to Meredith about him, and as she put it, he has a servant's heart. In my conversation with him, I do not doubt, I can tell you, I am confident that our community is about to gain a great asset.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sir, I am in awe of you.
Well said, man.
We all are indebted to you, to all of you, in more ways than we can ever begin to imagine how to repay. And I thank you for that, and I think I speak for this entire community when I say what a great privilege and blessing it is that you have chosen independence. So in the immortal words of Mr. Lee Greenwood, I am proud to be an American. Today, I am also very proud to be an independent. I'm proud because an American hero who has traveled the world in service to our country has chosen our community to live in. And as your mayor, as your neighbor, as your friend, I am so proud of this community. This community that recognizes what a great privilege it is to have Sergeant Braunhaver here. This community that with so little notice turned out this morning to welcome him. And this community that clearly will not forget the men and women who died and sacrificed to give you that right, that freedom, that independence. God bless the USA. God bless Sergeant Brothaver and his family. And God bless the wonderful people of Independence. Thank you all very much.
Well said.
Thank you so much. We just really appreciate you being here and just your leadership and all of Independence for coming out and participating in such a special day. Well, now, y'all get to meet someone very special to our Helping a Hero family. Lee Greenwood is our national ambassador. He's volunteered for many years with Helping a Hero and really stepped up and said, you know, I've only lent my name and my song to 4 charities, and I want to do that for Helping a Hero. So he is now our national ambassador, and he is here to sing and share a very special song. So please welcome him to lead us in Stars and Stripes.
Thank you. You can play it now, brother. We had a sample of the song there for a second. Kind of interrupted the mayor. This is our opening song in Afghanistan, guys, when we were there. Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, Iraq, and Kuwait. The soldiers love this because it talks about who they are. Aaron Tippin.
Well, if you ask me where I come from, here's what I tell everyone. I was born by God's dear grace in this extraordinary place where the stars and stripes and the eagle fly. Woo! Yeah. It's a big old land with countless dreams. Happiness ain't out of reach. Hard work pays off the way it should. Whoa, seen enough to know you got it good.
Thanks to them.
Where the stars and stripes, oh, and the eagle fly. There's a lady that stands in a harbor for what we believe. And there's a bell that's still echoes the price it costs to be free. I pledge allegiance to the flag. If that bothers you, it's too damn bad, huh, guys? Because if you got pride and you're proud to do, hey, I wish to live in independence just like you. Where the stars and stripes, oh, and the eagle fly, yeah.
You can take a picture of me, y'all. I want to get these soldiers in the background here. Right, come on.
Yeah.
Right in the sunlight, probably not good. Go over there.
There's a lady that stands in a harbor for what we believe. And there's a bell that still echoes the price it costs to be free. It ain't the only place on earth.
Guess what?
It's the only place that I prefer. Just to love my wife and raise my kids. Oh, the same way that my daddy did. Take the picture this way. Where the stars and stripes, come on, y'all. Where the eagle fly. Hey. Where the stars and stripes and the eagle fly. Where the stars and stripes and the eagle fly.
Here in America, home of the free, land of the brave, because of the brave.
Thank you, Lee. What a great way to kick this off this morning. It is just so exciting to get to be here in Independence, and I can't wait to go drive around the town and drive on all those streets. Because I am a proud member of the DAR, And I tell you what, I'm going to have to come take some pictures under those street signs this afternoon and say, I think I was in the most patriotic city. We've got something to live up to here. Well, we're standing here on an awesome lot. A lot that is probably one of the best in this community. It's very flat. It'll be really wonderful for the days when Paul is in his wheelchair. And we really were looking for that community that we were going to be able to place Paul in, where he would be loved, where he'd be supported. And as we drove around and saw just on their own all of the flags flying all over this community, we knew this was a place that he would be welcome, he would be encouraged, he'd be supported by his neighbors. And so we talked to Arling House Builders and said, you know, we love this community, and would you consider partnering with us to build a home for this special young man? And I had the opportunity to reach out to a couple of people who were extended family members of Arling House, and they said, well, we've got to talk to Bob Schroeder. So I called Bob up, and we continued to dialogue over a few weeks and finally got to meet. And we are so proud to partner with Arling House Builders in building this home. So please welcome Bob Schroeder, Vice President of Arling House Builders.
I'm not a politician, so I'm not going to speak as long as Chris. But all I really wanted to say was I want to welcome Paul to the community. On behalf of Arling House Builders, we'll be proud to build this home for him, and we'll do whatever we can to make him happy as could be, and thank him and all these guys for all the sacrifices they've made on our behalf. We really appreciate that, and thank you.
Yes, sir.
Well, when you come back in about 6 or 7 months, what you're going to see is an amazing home. In fact, just so y'all know, the home next door here, the Arling House Builders has generously opened if y'all need to go use the restroom. Also, there's a model home or a home under construction right across the street that's going to be similar to Paul's, but his home's going to have a master bedroom on the first floor. He's got several children, so they're going to have an upstairs area for the kiddos, even though they're a little older now, Tanner. You're still a kiddo to your dad. But you know, this home is going to give him the independence, and he'll be able to fully function. Because right now, Paul has always sacrificed for others. Not only did he sacrifice when he was in the military, but here at home, he's been living in a home that was a split-level home. And he was shot 29 times in an ambush and then took 300 pieces of shrapnel. Just Saturday, a piece of shrapnel came through his foot, and he had to have emergency surgery to remove it. And it's been almost 10 years. So it is really amazing how this is a daily battle and daily pain. And over the years, his ability to be mobile has debilitated him. And it has continued to digress. He's referred several of his close friends to our program, made sure they got houses, never asking for himself. And finally, one of them called and said, you know, Paul is living in about a 15 by 15 room in almost the lower level attached to his basement, because he can't even go up the stairs to his kitchen or up 2 areas in the split level house to his master bedroom. And y'all really need to consider doing a home for him. And so that lit the fire, and we have really spent a lot of time getting to this day, but we're so excited that we're here. We're so excited that you're in the right city and the right location and the right place for your family and for you to blossom and grow and really have everything you need right here for the rest of your life. So we're really excited to kick things off there. Helping a Hero was founded by 3 businessmen from League City, Texas. I happened to show up. I'd started a program through our Rotary Club to build homes for wounded warriors. And during Extreme Makeover Home Edition, we were doing our 3rd home. And they said, hey, we can't say the Wounded Hero Home Program is paying off this mortgage as part of the show. Is there another charity you can merge with? So I called another member of the board, and we hooked up with Helping a Hero and merged at that point, and have now been building homes ever since. And I got to meet a special man. Bob Clark is from here in the Cincinnati area, grew up here. His mom's still here. His His brother owns Strauss Tobacco down on Walnut, so many of you, I'm sure, have been by. And it's just wonderful because they're, just like Chris, this is a patriotic man committed to pay it forward. So please welcome Bob Clark, Helping a Hero.
Yeah, as JP just said, I dropped my eyeballs there. Can't get too far without those. Yes, as Meredith just mentioned, I was born and raised here in the Cincinnati area, right over in Delhi Hills. And in 1995, I was blessed to move down to Texas. So been there ever since. It's always fun to come home, always fun to go have Skyline Chili and La Rosa's and Frisch's. Oh my God, I miss that stuff. Oh man. Oh Lordy.
Gold Star.
Yeah, and yeah, boy, all that good stuff, you know? But I do get to enjoy some terrific Mexican food down in Houston, Texas, so I have to admit that. On behalf of Helping a Hero, we want to thank every single one of you that have come out here today. This is just an incredible turnout, and I thank you. For a groundbreaking, this is absolutely phenomenal. And thanks to everybody that got the word out here in Independence to come see us this morning and enjoy this moment for Paul. It's so heartwarming for all of us to see all this turnout, but for this young man, it is absolutely moving. So, on behalf of Helping a Hero, again, we want to thank each and every one of you for coming out to join us today. If you have any questions about our organization, please go to our website, helpingahero.org. You will notice one very nice thing on that website. When you look at the website, up in the upper right-hand corner, there's a very large red donate button. So if you would like to help us in a monetary way, that would be awesome because it costs us a few bucks to build these homes. And on our website, you can read about our entire program and the people that we've been able to help to date. So far to date, we have awarded over 100 homes in 22 states. A lot of that vision, a lot of that dedication has come from this young lady right behind me here. I would like to take a moment to recognize Miss Meredith Eiler. Thank you, Meredith. Again, on behalf of the Board of Directors of Helping a Hero, and by the way, I have served on the Board of Directors since 2006, since our founding. One of our articles of incorporation with the state of Texas, every Board of Directors member is a volunteer. We have no paid Board of Directors at all. The money that comes in goes to these guys, okay? So, again, on behalf of Helping a Hero, I want to thank each and every one of you. And gentlemen up there, thank you so much for bringing this to us today. Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much, Bob. He on your program it says board member because we're trying to hire him in about a week. So we're lobbying him. So we can't quite decide what to call him right now. But we are real excited about the future and excited about here in the Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky area because we know that you guys have 75 Gold Star families. Families who have lost a young child in this war of Iraq and Afghanistan. 75. When I found that out, that a community whose population isn't that big for having that many Gold Star families, it is unbelievable. Since starting this project to build the homes for 3 of our heroes here in the Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky area, we've already found 2 more families who are have a double amputee member who need an adaptive home. And we know there's more out there. So we will be accepting applications. We do invite the community to partner with us to not only build the 3 homes we've committed to, but to be able to say yes to other Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky families as we get applications in, hopefully as the media carries the message to send in those applications because we always award our homes usually around our gala, which is going to be November the 22nd. So we really look forward to continuing to help you guys serve those veterans in your area. Y'all have a great congressman. Congressman Tom Massey has really put an effort into veterans. Congressman Massey has done a really great job making sure that veterans programs are funded, making sure that issues here at home are known in Washington, D.C. And I'm very proud of him for appointing Lloyd Rogers as his veterans liaison in his office. And unfortunately, Congressman Massey couldn't be here today, but we're so blessed to have Lloyd here today. So please welcome Lloyd Rogers.
Good morning. Do you feel it in your throat? Do you feel it here? I feel like a comrade.
You are a comrade.
The congressman, when he got elected, he said, there's no other congressman that has a director of Veteran Affairs. He asked me to come out of retirement so I can help guys like this. I get calls all day long about people that can't get in a hospital and they can't get the services they need. I'm so proud that every time I tell the congressman, we got to get this bill passed, I want you to be on this bill, and he's always there. Appreciate all yous. I appreciate the Helping a Hero organization, and you all have a good morning. Thank you.
Well, as I mentioned, Helping the Heroes of Family, you got to meet the guy at the beginning, and now you get to meet a neighbor. I'd like to introduce Randy Peterson, who is out here somewhere. He's also on our board of directors, right back here behind you. And Randy's from Lexington, Kentucky, and in 2013, he built a home there for a young man, Corporal Matt Bradford, who had lost both of his legs in an IED blast and was completely blind. It was a very challenging build, and Randy did a great job of just coming up with creative ways to not only meet the mobility needs of Matt, but also the issues that come from being blind. And through that process, we invited Randy on our board of directors, and he's now our building committee chairman and mentors our other builders and works with our other builders to get these homes on budget and to make sure that we're all working together and getting these homes built as efficiently and cost effectively as possible. So Randy, thank you very much for your service, and thank you for stepping up.
Yeah, buddy.
We're also blessed today to have some of our wounded warriors with us, and I'd like to introduce them now. We have Sergeant Jonathan Rivenbark here from North Carolina. His beautiful wife, Yulia, is just right over here, and they just moved into their home about a month ago. It's great to have Yulia. We have Specialist Chuck Fuller and his beautiful bride, Inez. They're from Georgia. We have Staff Sergeant Johnny Yellock, United States Air Force, retired, and he'll be moving into his home here in a couple of weeks. And we have Specialist J.P. Lane, you met earlier, also Go Army. And of course, we have Matt and his beautiful wife, Kelly, over here, who are going to be moving into Mainville in just a few months. And the only one that I have not introduced yet is the person of the hour. So please welcome Staff Sergeant Paul Brontaber.
Thank you. It's a complete honor. I'm so overwhelmed. We all raised our heads from our pillows this morning and we opened our eyes and we all had something in common. And we woke up this morning into freedom. And that freedom's not free. That freedom came with a price, and a price that the men and women that defend the fabric of that flag and continue the traditions our forefathers have laid the ground for us. That freedom is an all-volunteer force in today's military. There is no draft because we have so many men and women with the courage to defend this nation, even if it's with their own life. And I know the kids are in school, but I see a few out there, and I always tell the children about a hero. A hero is not, Michael Jordan. A hero is anybody that lay their life down for you.
Absolutely.
Give their life for another.
Absolutely.
And I know that these young men on my right, Jonathan, Chuck, and Matt, and Johnny and Justin, I know that you guys would give your life for your brothers. You would give your life for me, and I know that I would do it all over again. And I wouldn't think about, I'd give my life for you. When you think you're having a bad day, because sometimes I have good days, I have bad days, we all do that. Maybe an emotional roller coaster. I used to be a tough guy. Tanner, I used to be pretty tough. And I don't know, I cry at every movie anymore. I get so emotional. But I'm sweating out here right now. But what a beautiful day. But, the times that I do kind of get in that mood where I kind of, I'm having a bad day. And if I find myself to begin to complain, I think about my comrades. I think about the man that gave his life for me, and his name's on my wristband. I think about that was a bad day. I think about my buddies that lost some limbs. To me, that was a worse day than mine. I'm not having a bad day. So when you think you're having a bad day, just tell yourself, and it's true, somebody's having a worse day than you, and your day is not that bad.
Great attitude. Oh,
Helping a hero. Wow. To us, and talking to these guys, and these guys with Helping a Hero are superheroes, and they have special powers, and sometimes they Wonder Twin activate and turn into an iceberg, or some of you are older, you know what I'm talking about. But if Mr. Bob Clark, we don't want him to right now, but sometimes he wears a t-shirt under his polo, and he takes that polo off, he's got an S on his chest. And but their superpowers are passion for this country, passion for not only us, but passion for our families, because everybody in the family goes through this together. And honestly, speaking for myself, it was easy to get shot at every day in Iraq. It was really easy because every day I was safe and alive. I knew I was alive. But my 10-year-old son, Tanner, at the time, he didn't know if I was alive because I'm 7,000 miles away. And, my mother, who is truly my hero, the not knowing was harder than the knowing that I'm okay. I would get shot at every day compared to worrying about my son being in a land defending freedom and honor. I would be worried about the not knowing if he's safe, and I would want to be right there with him. And that's the family goes through a very difficult time, and Helping a Hero, they take care of the family. And so it's not just 120 homes, it's 120 families that it just keeps through attrition. It's thousands of people that are impacted, and they're saving lives that they may never really put into a statistic book, because the lives they're saving is infinity. Uh, they're serving their country right now, and you don't have to put on a military uniform to serve your nation. There's so many ways to serve, and some of them are serving double duty. You know, you don't have to have a patch on your shoulder to have honor. You just have to have that passion in your heart, and honor and integrity and selfless service and duty and courage. That's our superheroes. Helping a hero, they're so humble. You know, but this day to me is about them. And for some, I have so many people come up to me and say, I wish I would have served. I don't want to hear the excuse. You're serving. If you're here today, you're serving. You're serving us. And if you don't have the financial, you don't have the finances to click on that button that Mr. Bob Clark would like you to click on, then serve with your time and volunteer and ask, what can you do? And what can you do is go out and tell your neighbors, so that this is paid forward forever. And those three businessmen started will go on forever. I am committed, and I know these guys feel the same way. We appreciate the help out. We don't consider it to be a handout, because we do have a mortgage, and we're honored to have a small mortgage. But everybody needs to help out sometime. And I know that if you get out there and tell people about an organization that is leading the way and putting this nation back together one day at a time and one house at a time, they're saving families, and we're going to be okay. We don't worry about the polls and the election process, and you know what? We love each other, and we love our neighbor, and we honor our flag, and we honor what this country was stood upon forever. And if you're a veteran, thank you for your service. If you're a Vietnam veteran, welcome home. If you see me in an airport, well, just cut in front of me, because you're going to miss your flight if you're behind me. Some of these guys, too. I still have some metal in there. Probably be coming out the rest of my life. No complaining at all. But I know that it's fun to kid about our own injuries. We all think that the other ones got it worse. But I truly, these guys are my heroes. And there's so many more men and women out there that we served with that didn't make it home. And we live today for them. And we can really continue the vision that Helping a Hero has, all the way in the great state of Texas to here. Fort Knox, Kentucky put me back together. I was there a year. So I'm really honored to really come back home, even though I lived in Ohio my entire life. And I'm very grateful to Mr. Mayor Chris, and I don't want to pronounce his last name. And I'm very, very honored to be in an independent city, and I really, when Meredith and I drove around the neighborhood, we were very impressed. You guys cut your grass, you got great yards. I'm super stoked. I heard, I think somebody said 6 months. I'm going, February, man.
April.
Oh, okay. But I'm excited. I might pitch a tent out here. We'll have a little bonfire But I figure this is maybe my backyard, and I tell you, when it's completed, my home is your home, and you come over anytime. The worst thing for anybody is to ever really be alone. You think too much. So my door is open, and I don't sleep a lot at night. So you got your night watchman. If you forget and leave your garage door up, I'll shoot you a text. And, I'm up, and so don't worry about that. And you policemen and firefighters. Thank you so much. You guys, there's some important people here. I'm not going to even mention. Meredith said I could talk for an hour, but I'm just moved by some. I turned around a corner and I couldn't breathe. I look forward to impacting others with you and alongside you, and I'm very. My son and I looked around. We stumbled upon Tanner. Did we go towards Indiana first? Wasn't there? There's something over by Amazon.com. What was that community we went to first? It was we felt it. Well, we felt those airplanes over there were right over the house. So we came back this way, and we made a right choice. And thank you so much for coming. And you can start the music now because I'm being booted.
Just stay right here.
I can feel
Well, I
it.
tell you what, Paul is very special, as y'all can see. And as I told you, every one of you that I've had the opportunity to tell you guys, y'all have a great new citizen here, and he's going to be a blessing to your community. And I know y'all are going to be a blessing to him. But I'd like to ask both his mom and his son to come on up here. These two have been his rock. These two have been his support system and will be his support system for the rest of his life. And they truly have sacrificed more than anyone knows or can understand. And I'd like to ask the family members to come up and stand behind your service member. These wives have sacrificed so much, have done so much to help in Kelly's case, help her husband learn to walk again. In Yulia's case, helping to learn to eat and walk and all the things that we take for granted. With Inez and Chuck through all the surgeries. And they lost their son after he was injured. And that was another tragedy to walk through. But all these family members, that's what it's all about as well. And so I'd like to invite the children. Can y'all come up here, grab a flag? If you don't have a flag, we're going to give you one. Come on up here, and as Lee Greenwood sings God Bless the USA, we want all you kiddos to stand up here in front and wave your flags. So thank you, Lee, for being here. Thank you for closing us out today. Thank you to all of you for being here. We really appreciate, and welcome home, Paul. Welcome home.
Go ahead and play it. Thank you. I'm going to stand behind my soldiers right here. I'm going to be your family, but not your wife, okay? All right, just make sure. If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again, just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee and across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. There's pride in every independent's heart, and it's time we stand and say, sing it. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Oh, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
Tell me about the fireworks. They're going to start ducking for cover. I bet you guys were too. What do you think, Paul?
Awesome.
Awesome.
Your voice is incredible, man. Thank you. We're blessed.
Well, I'd like to invite David Griffith to come up and bless this home, bless this land. And then we're going to move over to the groundbreaking. And I just want to say thank y'all for being here. There's lots of water. Kroger has donated under the tents. I'm sure everyone's hot and ready for some water. And we just appreciate so much all of y'all being here. Thank you, Lee. What a way to kick off this week. What a way to kick off this home. And we are so grateful and welcome you all back when the home is done. Thank y'all.
I'm a pastor here in the area, and I was so glad to get to be here today. This is an honor, and I was with these guys last night at the celebration, and I didn't know your names prior to that time. You served us long before we ever knew your name, but today we know your names, and there's somebody that knew your name long before us who created you. And so let's give glory to him, and why don't we bless this piece of ground and what God's going to do here. Jesus, we thank you so much for these guys, for their lives, for the ways they have served not only our country and not only our families, but you, Lord. They've put their life on the line so that freedom, so that the things that you stand for can be proclaimed. So we pray that that would be the truth in this spot as we dedicate this ground and this home and this project and this organization helping a hero. Father, would you do what your scripture says is possible? You say you'll do far more than we can ask or imagine if we just bring it to you. So would this ground be holy ground for what you're going to do in Paul's life and in Tanner's life and in the families that they will impact, and the outreach from this community, Lord, would it be bring glory to your name, and would the people of this great land feel your impact through this one small step of serving these guys out of the ways they have served us. So bless it, Lord, we ask you in Jesus' powerful name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And as we move over to the groundbreaking, you see these great bales of hay. I just want you to know there's one volunteer that has moved dirt, has made sure that all of you had dry ground to walk on. And I just want to let David Kane know we brought you a Lee Greenwood CD too. And thank you for my hay bales.
And if you're not from Independent and you forget how to get to my home when it's done, because you're always welcome, you just, out on the main strip, you turn right when you see the barn that says Kentucky.
Okay, let's move on over here. Come on, Tanner. And get your...
one's back in the house?
Joey was just speaking to him with the hat. Okay. Yellow sunglasses.
Thank you.
You guys should race.
Oh, good. We got a shovel. Cool. This is very familiar, by the way. I've done this a lot.
Tell me I had to do some.
Service is never over. You put a foot on the shovel, guys, like you're going to be digging a spot. There you go. One, 2, 3.
Now let's get some dirt going.
All right, let's throw a little dirt.